Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 2 and the Ark Society mission set on the Isle of SGAIL. And today we will be taking care of the Blood Money Challenge, which entails killing Zoe Washington with a burial dagger while disguised as Janus at his funeral. So a pretty tricky one to get this done right. So for this one we will be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, our silence pistol, and we're going to be bringing with us a fish as well, just so that we can get one of our little challenges taken care of. Speaking of these challenges, one of which will be Raiders of the Lost Ark for opening all 9 of the cargo crates in the warehouse. We will also get Dead Man Walking for attending the funeral dressed as Janus. Moving on from that one, the reason we need the fish is to bring the fin challenge to a conclusion, which is attend the funeral with a fish. And we will also get the mission story Last Honours for this one, which entails attending the funeral dressed as Janus. And we will also get the redacted Rude Awakening challenge while we're at it as well. So, right from the start, off the bat, what we're going to do is what we do at the start of all of these videos on the Isle of SGAIL map, and that's make our way up the stairs towards the castle and up past the main entrance, up the drain pipe towards the keep, and we're going to take out the surveillance system. So the building on our left, hug the wall, open the door, pull your gun out, and we're just going to wait for the guard currently blocking our shot to move out of our way. Come on, anytime now, sir. Move away, please. Nothing to see here. There he goes. So we're going to line up our shot, use instinct, take out the surveillance system, and we're going to make our way back down the drain pipe, and we're going to head straight for the chapel, which is just past the effigy area. So in the main doors, into the entrance hall, off to our left, up the ramp, into the effigy area. And at the back of the effigy area we find the chapel area, and in here we're just going to duck around the back. We'll have that wrench. Don't think we end up using it, but we'll have it anyway. Make our way into the crypt, and if you're sort of on time with me, you can run straight in, grab the assault rifle from the sarcophagus, drop it on the floor on your way back out, and hug the outer wall here. So eventually a guard will come along, he will see that, he will go to remove it, and he has to go past us, and he shall not pass.
Would leave a weapon lying around.
So as he approaches the wall, we are going to smash that subdue button, drag him round the corner, render him unconscious. We're going to hide his body in the crate provided, as long as we can grab him. And into the crate he goes. We're going to take his outfit as well. And we're also going to take his handgun. That is just habit for me, basically, having a bit of extra ammo in case things go south. You don't need the gun. So with that all acquired, we're going to make our way up towards the castle, and we're going to skirt around the outer edge of the main building here, all the way around to our left, and we're heading for the Constance Tower. We are going to have to avoid the Ark guard, who is an enforcer to almost every single outfit and disguise we have. Seems that the Blue Archean members are okay by him. So once they've gone past, we can continue on. We're going to head straight around towards the Constance Tower, and at the foot of that tower we will find a door and the morgue. And in the morgue we will be locating Janus's burial robes. So we're just going to do a little bit of prep work here first, because we need a mercenary guard's outfit, and this is probably one of the easiest places to get one. So we're going to make our way into the morgue, tamper with the fuse on the wall, and hide in the room next door here. Close the door behind us, wasn't born in a barn. And we're just going to rinse and repeat what we're about to do here 4 times. So once the guard's in position, we're just going to render him unconscious. And we're going to drag his unconscious body into the room we were hiding in. And like I said, we're just going to rinse and repeat that 4 more times. The 3 guards and the mortician. And once we have everybody safely tucked up in this room, we're going to don one of the guards' outfits. We'll drop the gun, we won't need that. And we're going to make our way through the castle and out the other side. It's just a much quicker route to get to the warehouse, because we still require the burial dagger, or dagger. So we're just going to run straight in, round to our right, our left, through the exhibition room, out and to our left again. That will take us right through, out into the courtyard where the helicopter is, and the warehouse is also located. So we're going to go right to the very edge and scoot along this ledge here, and around the corner until we come to an open window. And on the inside of this window is the warehouse and a radio. So we are going to trigger this radio, and that's going to attract the attention of one of the warehouse workers. In the meantime, we're going to wait out here. And when he comes to turn that off, we can render him unconscious and take his outfit. And we will move on with our first challenge of the day, which will be the Raiders of the Lost Ark challenge. So once the radio's off, we can pounce on our unsuspecting victim here. Just drag his body over into the corner. Now we need his outfit to open the crates without arousing any suspicion. So we're going to take his outfit. We're going to make our way around into the room. And we will find just here on this crate our crowbar and our first of 9 crates. There's just the one in this room, so there's number 1. We're now going to make our way back round to the side door here, lockpick our way through, where we will find a few more employees and a ton more crates, of which 7 of these will need to be opened. So there's number 2. And we have to be aware of the enforcer. We're going to have to work around his routine. He moves around in a square. So there's box number 3. So we're going to move on. Remember, we want to keep an eye out for the burial dagger in one of these boxes as well. We're not going to grab it just yet, but we do want to mark its location when we uncover it. So just following the enforcer guard on his routine, we're just going to work our way through all of the boxes. And there is the burial dagger in the center of the room. Nice and easy one to remember. Now these items in these boxes are random. They change position. So you may have to find that the box I've found the dagger in is not the same box that you will find the dagger in. So this is box number 7, I believe. So box number 8 is over in the corner by the stairs. And we have one more box to get, and that is upstairs, where we will have to do the same sort of pattern. There is one enforcer on a sort of square route, and we're going to have to work around him. Unfortunately, our timing for this guy wasn't so great, so we are going to have to wait for him for a little while. But once he makes his way over to the window you can see in the distance there, we will be able to approach the box, which is just to the right of that window. So the guard's going to make his way around the room slowly, just make sure he doesn't see us. Once he starts moving away, we should be free to start approaching the box, which you can see just on the floor there. So we just need the guard to move off to his next spot, and we'll be free to take out the box. And once this box is open, that will get us the Raiders of the Lost Ark challenge. So with that all now taken care of, we need to make our way back downstairs and retrieve our guard's outfit. So again, just going to have to follow the enforcer on his route till we can get to the stairs, make our way back down the stairs, and we're going to have to do the same back downstairs, but luckily we caught this enforcer at the right moment, and we can just run straight for the side door here. So we're just going to retrieve our guard's outfit and make our way back into the warehouse, and we're now able to pick up the dagger. Because if you pick up the dagger whilst wearing the worker's outfit or the warehouse operative's outfit, that is an illegal act and you will get spotted. So with the dagger now in hand, we have pretty much everything we need except for Janus's robes, which we've prepared earlier. So what we're going to do now is move on and take out Sophia Washington. So we're just going to wait here for the two Archean guards you can see off in the distance there to move away, because even once we're off of this little ledge and we're not hostile to everyone, one of those guys will still be an enforcer. So we're just going to follow them because they're going the same way as us. Once inside the building, they will veer off to the left and we can go straight ahead, retrace our steps back through the castle and back to the morgue. And we're just going to make our way up the morgue tower, or up the Constance Tower, all the way to the top because it's the path of least resistance. And once out at the top, we can make our way back into the main building, around and through the Hyperborea room, into the control area at the back here through the curtain. And we need to get rid of this Archean member, so we're going to sneak up behind her, render her unconscious, and dump her body in the crate. At least she wasn't standing on the laptop this time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wait. We need a very special Archean member who is currently not in the room. I believe he's off to our left there. You can just see him returning now. We're going to wait for him to get in position, and then we're going to turn off the laptop. And that will gain his attention and he will come in to investigate. We can render him unconscious, and the reason it has to be him is that is Mr. Sinclair, and he has the blueprints for the neurochip in the Constance head, and we need those. So once he's inside and investigating the laptop, we're going to render him unconscious, hide his body in the crate, collect the blueprints that he drops, and take his outfit. And with that all done and dusted, we're now going to approach the Constant, who hopefully will be in the area. And here he is. He's actually talking to Sophia, so we're just going to rudely interrupt him.
Nice evening.
I suppose.
No robe, no mask. Which rank are you?
Oh, I'm more of an outside observer, Mr.
Name's Sinclair. I'm Chief Technical Designer at Quonstat Industries.
The name rings a bell.
So this section will be extremely dialogue heavy.
What's this?
So we're going to cut out a lot of the walking and talking sections, right up until we have to deliver our document to the Constant in the Constance Tower, at which point we have another long dialogue sequence that we will once again skip right to the end once Sophia has arrived and been sent upstairs.
This won't be going away.
So once we're at this point, we can jump up from our chair. We're going to make our way out through the window on the opposite side of the room and along the ledge to our right, past the window, around the corner, and up the drain pipe to the next floor, and across the ledge again to our right and in through the open window here, which will put us in the bathroom and in earshot of the Constant and Sophia, whose dialogue we're going to skip once again. So Sophia is going to dismiss the Constant, he's going to make his way back into the building, and we are going to exit via the window, and we are going to unceremoniously push Sophia Washington off of the ledge here.
One target down. Nice work, 47. Next up, Zoe Washington.
So we're now going to make our way back down to the ground floor. So we're going to use the drain pipes. So Sophia Washington is now no longer an issue, so we can now move on with the blood money challenge. And as we have everything already prepared, Once we're down onto the ground floor, we're just going to make our way into the morgue area. Don't worry about changing into a guard's outfit, because we want Janus's burial robes, which are at the back of the room here. So once we have Janus's robes on, we are all set and ready to go for the blood money challenge. So we're going to exit the morgue and make our way up to the funeral platform. If the guard isn't around, you'll just be able to make our way straight there. You may have to wait the guard out. And once up on the platform here, we're going to speak to the musician.
We're all set. Cue the music.
She will begin the burial ceremony, and we are going to get ourselves into the coffin. And this is where a whole host of little challenges will pop for us, including Finn and our mission story and Rude Awakening, I believe. And once the ceremony starts and Sophia starts the eulogy, we are going to drop a save, and we're going to take care of a redacted challenge very, very quickly. So everybody's arriving now. Come on, people. So everybody's almost in position. We are waiting for the Constant, who is still making his way down the tower at the moment, but he will be here very, very shortly. So what we're going to do once he arrives, like I said, is drop our save. And we're just going to let Sophia start talking, and then we are going to stand up. And that's the redacted challenge.
As Janus's successor, it falls upon me to say a few words. I'll keep it brief, for there's little I
So
can
we're
say.
going to have a little bit of fun, seeing as we are going to get killed here, and we do have to reload. This doesn't really count. So we're going to stand up, gain ourselves the challenge, and just have a little gunfight with everybody. Won't be needing this. You can hold that, mate. Right, let's get loud. Come on, people. You shut up. Come on, I'm standing right here. Come on, get me. Come on, say hello to my little friend. Oh, he's got a big friend. So we've finally been taken down. So we're going to reload from our save. And at this point, we're going to have to let everything play out. And this can take some time, because half of those people you see attending the funeral are going to come over and they're going to speak to Janus.
Upon me to say a few words. I'll keep it brief, for there is little I can say that does the man justice. Janus was our founder, and like all true visionaries, he was far ahead of the curve. While we, the privileged class, were blissfully toasting the end of history, Janus saw the writing on the wall. As a veteran of the Cold War, Janus knew better than anyone that when true disaster strikes, the rich are as damned as everyone else, unless we work together. Janus never got to see the collapse, but died peacefully in his sleep. And yet, what he started in 1991 will one day be hailed as the dawn of a new age. One where the best among us can thrive, uninhibited. This is Janus's legacy. Long live his memory. And now, you are welcome to pay the founder your last respects.
So it's at this point that pretty much everyone you see there is going to step forward one at a time and have a little goodbye. So we're going to skip all of that to the last couple of people, who will be the
Goodbye,
Constant
old friend.
and Zoe
And
Washington.
thank you for everything. Rest assured, I will finish what you started.
So the Constant's now buggered off. We're left with
So,
just me
here we
and
are.
Zoe.
You didn't want me and Sophia taking over. Fought us tooth and nail, but a fat lot of good it did you. The partners, they turned a deaf ear, and deep down, Janus, you know why. Because, for all your smarts, you're just rank and file.
You can kill Zoe at any point, but I thought I'd let her speak.
We have the one thing merit can't buy. Good old-fashioned pedigree. That is why Sophia and me will one day be partners of Providence, and you'll spend eternity as a wax figure. So long, mastermind.
Let's find out if your blood really is blue. Nope.
Both targets down. Impressive work, 47. And now to confront the Constant.
So we're going to hide her
Mr.
body
Gregg,
in the
what's your
bushes.
status?
I'm at the helicopter, but the place is crawling with security. 47, you better bring the Constant to one of the boats in the harbor where it's quiet. You can use the kill switch to coerce him.
So what we're going to do here is the Come With Me If You Want to Live challenge, which entails escorting the Constant to the harbour. I didn't show it up on the challenge screen at the start because it doesn't pop for me for a start, and I forgot about it. But this is quite easy, quite tedious. It's basically an escort mission, as it suggests. All we've got to do is change out of our Janus robes in the morgue, approach the Constant.
How are you today, sir?
The Washingtons are dead. I have the kill switch.
What did you say? How could you know about that?
You will head towards the harbor. No sudden moves, no signs or warnings. I will trigger the device if I need to.
I know you. The boy in the picture. You have his eyes. You're Burnwood's assassin.
Move.
So what we're going to do now basically is a very long, slow walk to the exit. You don't need to do this. This is an optional extra for any of the missions, although there is, like I said, the one challenge, Come With Me If You Want to Live. It's very tedious. This will be the only time that this challenge is even remotely tackled. Because as you can see, even at double speed, the Constant isn't going very fast, and we've got a long way to go. Even where we were is one of the shortest routes that gets us back down to the harbour, but it still takes a couple of minutes at least, I think, just to walk to the exit casually. And the reason we've chosen this outfit is because you will be far less likely to bump into any enforcers on the way. So we're approaching the harbour now. So there you go, that is the Blood Money Challenge, along with all the associated discoveries and feats, and the Come With Me If You Want to Live discovery or feat thrown in for good measure.
Lucas Gray. Or was it Subject 6? He died when the Institute went up in flames, but no body was ever produced. And unlike you, his rage never faded. So, now you want the partners, the men behind the curtain who've caused you all this pain? Well, before you go knocking down a wall, you better make sure it's not load-bearing.
Enough talking. You'll do plenty of that later. We're here. Get on the boat.
I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.